Coming up on 5 Minute News. Biden tells the nation we're turning peril into possibility. Feds raid Giuliani's home in escalating criminal probe. And Northern Ireland leader quits after party revolt over Brexit impact. It's Thursday, April 29. I'm Anthony Davis. President Joe Biden used his first joint address to Congress to declare the nation is turning peril into possibility, crisis into opportunity, urging a $1.8 trillion investment in children, families and education that would fundamentally transform roles the government plays in American life. Biden marked his first 100 days in office as the nation emerges from a confluence of crises, making his case on Wednesday night before a pared-down gathering of mask-wearing legislators because of coronavirus restrictions. In the nationally televised ritual of a president standing before Congress, Biden laid out a sweeping proposal for universal preschool, 2 years of free community college, $225 billion for childcare, and monthly payments of at least $250 to parents. His idea targeted frailties that were uncovered by the pandemic, and he made the case that economic growth would best come from taxing the rich to help the middle class and the poor. For Biden, whose moment has been nearly half a century in the making, his speech provided an update on progress in combating the COVID-19 crisis he was elected to tame, showcasing hundreds of millions of vaccinations and relief checks delivered to help offset the devastation wrought by a virus that has killed more than 573,000 people in the United States. He championed his $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan, a staggering figure to be financed by higher taxes on corporations. Seizing an opportunity born of calamity, Biden has embraced momentous action over incremental change. But he will be forced to thread the needle between Republicans, who cry government overreach, and some Democrats, who fear he won't go big enough. The Democratic president's strategy was to sidestep the polarization and make his appeal directly to voters. His primetime speech underscored a trio of central campaign promises: to manage the deadly pandemic, to turn down the tension in Washington in the aftermath of the insurrection, and to restore faith in government as an effective force for good. Federal agents raided Rudy Giuliani's Manhattan home and office on Wednesday, seizing computers and cell phones in a major escalation of the Justice Department's investigation into the business dealings of former President Donald Trump's personal lawyer. Giuliani, the 76-year-old former New York City mayor, has been under federal scrutiny for several years over his ties to Ukraine. The dual searches sent the strongest signal yet that he could eventually face federal charges. Agents searched Giuliani's Madison Avenue apartment and Park Avenue office. The warrants, which required approval from the top levels of the Justice Department, signify that prosecutors believe they have probable cause that Giuliani committed a federal crime, though they do not guarantee that charges will materialize. In a statement issued through his lawyer, Giuliani accused federal authorities of a corrupt double standard, invoking allegations he's pushed against prominent Democrats, and said that the Justice Department was running roughshod over the constitutional rights of anyone involved in or legally defending former President Donald J. Trump. The leader of Northern Ireland announced her resignation on Wednesday after members of her British Unionist Party mounted a push to oust her over her handling of the fallout from Brexit and other issues. Arlene Foster said she would step down as leader of the Democratic Unionist Party on May 28 and as First Minister of Northern Ireland at the end of June. Her position became untenable after many of her party's lawmakers signed a letter of no confidence in her. Foster said it had been the privilege of my life to serve the people of Northern Ireland. I have sought to lead the party and Northern Ireland away from division and towards a better path, she said in a televised statement. The move against Foster, who has led the party since 2015, was the latest evidence of how Britain's economic split from the European Union at the end of 2020 has shaken the political balance in Northern Ireland, a part of the UK, where some people identify as British and some as Irish. Post-Brexit trade rules have imposed customs and border checks on some goods moving between Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. The arrangement was designed to avoid checks between Northern Ireland and Ireland, an EU member, because an open Irish border has helped underpin the peace process that ended decades of violence in Northern Ireland. The new arrangements have angered Northern Ireland's British Unionists, who say the new checks amount to a border in the Irish Sea, weaken ties with the rest of the UK, and could bolster calls for Irish reunification. You can subscribe to 5 Minute News on YouTube with your preferred podcast app. Ask your smart speaker or enable 5 Minute News as your Amazon Alexa flash briefing skill. Subscribe, rate and review online at 5minute.news. 5 Minute News is an Evergreen Podcast covering politics, inequality, health and climate, delivering independent, unbiased and essential world news daily.